Alright, what's up folks? So today is October 14th. I'm just doing my homework for today. And my homework is just trying to find a script that identifies a couple pullbacks. So nothing too intense today. Gotta get my music going in my earpiece. Alright, so sassy. What do I have on this one? One more bid size. Sass. I don't have the. Flat slope. Okay, it's on this one. Alright, so again, the flat slope is pretty much where you have an area where the slope is flat, so the regression line, regression line should be fairly flat as well. Happens at this blue dot here, and yeah, I made some purchases in here and it didn't work out well. I was looking for that reversal to come through here, and then I realized that I was right at close. So right at close, yeah, it tanked. Alright, or at least continue to pull back. And should you have expected that? Sure, right? You got this point, and naturally you're going to come to descending resistance right there. Alright, did I get some indications to enter there though? Field open. Okay, I did not get a blue dot in here. So my blue dot was only here, not in here. Got it here, but who knows what's happening there. Okay, so this is on a 2-minute time frame. Those blue dots work. Okay. Spectacles, get my spectacles on. Okay, so one of the things I did for the bid and ask, we were looking at that the other day, is some of you folks are going to be interested in the coding aspect. Some of you guys are going to be interested in just the algorithmic trading and having a script that works. But I'm interested in both. So for the script that I made, this puts the bid and ask, and I think I have another chart probably. Bid and ask size. See down here, bid and ask highest. Right, so down here, you have this line here, which shows 200. This line down here, which shows like 100. All right, so the red is typically my ask, the green is the bid, but I do need to go ahead and edit that. I did a live last night, so that I was going to edit that, so I'll do that now. Bid and ask highest is the name of the indicator. So we go here, hit edit easy language, and so what I want to do is make that bottom line, instead of green, I want to make it blue. Just hit blue, verify. Okay, now that line becomes blue. But so when you look at the chart, look, you've got two things going on here. One, on this bid ask size, this is referencing bid and ask, so is this, but there's no data here. There's no data here. There is data here, right? So if you look at that at the bottom, you'll see 200 and 100, 200, 100, 200, 100, goes all the way across. If you look at this one, you don't see any data. If you look at this one, the indicator doesn't show any data. So when you pull up a chart and you're looking at live data, it looks like this will be at a high or this will be at a low. There'll be at some random numbers, but it'll just be straight across like this, because again, with using bid and ask, it doesn't use actual live. It uses actual live data, it doesn't use any historical data. So when you have time points going back into the past, because it doesn't have any historical data, it doesn't have any historical points to use, there's nothing saved for it to pull from the server. So it just, I believe it just has whatever number you, when you open up the chart, whatever number the indicator is at, it just plots that number all the way back. Right, so this is plotting 200 all the way back, this is plotting 100 all the way back. So, and if you look here, this, I guess this last level is 200, 100, whatever. But anyway, just to clean that up and to have a better looking chart, so what you do is you go here, this bid and ask highest, here. Okay, so you pretty much just tell the chart that since it doesn't have any historical data, you just want to start plotting the data when it gets live data. So in order to do that, you go, let's see. So you go, you say once. So when you hit once, when you type once, it's going to execute this particular part of the function one time, and then from there on out. And so I have to double check this when we get back into live data, but I'm pretty sure it's you use the once, and you say once if pretty sure it goes once. Okay. Now I know how it goes, but I'm just kind of working out the logic. But this is how it goes. So you do once get app info, and then the I don't know what you call it, object or whatever within the get app info is called AI. So it's app info. I think it's like current time. Let's see. It'll list them out. App info AI. Did I miss it? AI real-time calculation. So if the app information says that you actually are getting real-time data, then now that's going to get app info real-time data is going to give you a return 0 if it's not real-time data, and it's going to return 1 if it is real-time data. So all over here is going to be 0, and if it's real-time data, it'll equal 1. So once get app info real-time data equals 1, then you can begin all this down here. And then you end it. Verify that. One gets real time calc equals 1. Then again. Alright, what's it saying? Semicolon? Is that right? I don't feel like that's right. Let's see what I do on the other one. It's in parentheses. I didn't think I had to put in parentheses before. I did. Once get time AI real time calc equals 1. Plot 1. Yeah, so I think because I did that once now, everything is, nothing has been plotted. Once so the once is saying that we're starting to plot data. Once get info equals real time calc, then yeah, so what's happening one time is that we're getting the real time calc. So data is real time. Then we can begin executing the rest of our script. And then the rest of the script will continue. But I don't think the rest of the script will continue because it's captured. The rest of the script, when I say the rest of the script, I mean from beginning to end, cannot continue because it's encapsulated after the then statement behind the once. What did I do here? Once, I did once if. Oh, okay. I see what I did. Okay, this is a if then statement. There should have been a different error down here. It should have said maybe this is essentially the error. This where can I start a statement? Then it should be if. Once this if. Okay, so once if get app info equals real time, then you can begin. All right, and that should be it. Now I'll certainly come back to it when I get real live data, and hopefully there's no errors there. But it's essentially the same as what was already in the chart. No, it's not. So it probably would only show me one calculation and then no more calculations. So if you look at this logic, this is saying that once get app info real time data equals 1, then we're going to begin calling real time equals true. Otherwise, real time is going to be false from the very beginning. And then once it becomes true, then we can start doing this on every execution. So yeah, I need to go back to the other one and do it essentially the same way. So once get app info equals 1, once get app info equals 1, we can do begin condition 1 equals true. All right, do that, and do that, and then we're going to come back up here and say condition 1 otherwise is false at start, and then gotta declare that as a variable. Come back down here and say if condition 1 equals true, then, or if condition 1 equals true, do I have to say then begin? No, I don't need a if else. But if I don't do that, would I need to put a colon? Yeah, so it need to be I want to do it like that. Once begin if and that's what I put there, if they had a then. So when you use once, you don't need to use then, the then statement. Okay, and when you do anything else, you do need to use the if statement. Okay, so that's probably a specific function of once, is that you don't need to have a colon, and you don't need to have if then statement. So using once, you don't need a colon at the end or a semicolon at the end, and you don't need to use if then statement. So we're going to do that, and then that, and then for if condition equals true, then verify. All right, but once did have this. That might be a condition of once. All and condition 1 is equal to referred but no longer function. All right, so then we'll just change it. We'll put this. I'll just put this start. Okay, it doesn't seem to be a reserved word. If start, and then so start equals true. Okay. All right, so that's good. All right. Now that one is bit as size, so now we need to do bit as highest. Okay, once if get up info equals time, then start equals true. Okay, if start equals true, then begin that, and then ends there. Then we need to come up here and go start is false from the beginning, and then verify. All right, so that one's good now. Okay, so that one's good. All right. Okay, let's see. So let's start with a fresh chart, and then see if we can make a quick study. I did to find some pullbacks. Or, you know, one thing I haven't done is colored bars and do different things with. So I'll show you. All right, so let's get rid of some of this stuff first. All right, hang on. I'll be right back in 30 seconds. And I'm back. All right, let's see. A little bit brighter. Okay, so we're going to get rid of support and demand. Moving averages we'll keep. Bid and ask, we'll get rid of those 2, 3. Keep this indicator bar. Rectangle is short term. All right, so for this rectangle we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. That's that. And flat slope, we'll get rid of flat slope. Color changing EMA, let's keep that. Bid ask, highest. And maybe I want to play around with that too. Maybe another different color changing EMA. Bid ask highest. Get rid of that one. Okay. Simple volume. We need to keep volume. Always keep volume. All right. Now, why do I have all these popping up? Because Thought I got rid of that. Buys and sales. Let's come here. So on here, you just right click on the screen and you go down to settings, go down to account orders and positions, field, take off display, open, queued, canceled, expired, average price. So we took those off, so we lose the entries that we did. All right. Okay, so I gotta get my music going, man. What's going on with my music? All right, so check out my color changing EMA. All right, so my non-exponential moving average, it's all blue here as it's moving up, and then when it retraces, I believe as the price comes under the EMA, it turns to pink. And then I think it turns to black when the slope is slowing down. No, I think it turns to black when the volume dips under. I think it turns to black when the volume dips, when the volume gets lower. So let's make another color change in EMA, and we're going to come up with our own. We're going to come up with new criteria. So color change in EMA, we're going to get that out of here. Let's do, look at this. I think this is when I changed everything up with the bid and the ask. It gave me all these errors. Okay, so anyway, let's clear this up. Put that on the other screen. And again, guys, one of the things I learned the other day when I was making a script is that you want to kind of keep this open, or at least make it ding or something like that, because if you get an events log, if you get an error that takes the script off of the screen, you want to know about it, because then you're trying to change logic and code, and you might have it right, but it's not showing back up on the actual chart because it has been removed from the chart. And if it's removed from the chart, then you'll have a prompt on the events log that shows you that it was actually removed from the chart. Okay, so the color change in EMA, I thought I took that off. I did. So I don't think this is, or did I make that part of the actual? Did. So here are all of my EMAs here, right? Well, and they're not exponential moving averages; they're simple moving averages. Well, no, I've got the exponential moving averages here, the XAs, and then I got the simple moving averages here, based on the 15, 25, 200 periods, and then the 9-period. That's an input, but for my 9-period moving average is right here. So if we're trying to find out what the criteria here was, it was value 1 is greater than 0. So value 1 is the slope of the 9-period moving average. Okay, if value 1 is greater than 0, so if the slope of the 9-period moving average is moving up, then we're going to plot SA9, and we're going to plot it as this color. So we're going to plot the 9-period moving average at this color, which is blue. So if the slope is moving up, of the 9-period moving average, we're going to plot it blue. Else we're going to plot the 9-period moving average as this color, and I guess this is the pink color. So if the slope is moving down, we're going to plot it as the pink color. And also superimposed over that, I guess superimposed over all of it, right? If the volume of 50 periods, which is this blue line, if the volume of 50 periods is less than the volume of 50 periods 2 bars ago, so that means that if the long-term volume is going down, we're going to plot it as black. And you can see what's happening here. Like right in here, you see how this blue line, this 50 period volume, is dipping down. It's just a little slight dip, but it's dipping down. So now we have a black line there. And that's signifying to me that momentum is slowing down. So volume is slowing down, momentum is slowing down. So if you get that slow down in combination with the descending, with the downward trending slope, is that the indication to move in? Do you want to get in at these blacks? And I think what has also thrown me off is because it looks like, yeah, maybe these blacks are a good area to get in at, but you also have blacks here. But the blacks here moving up just says that the volume is continuing to move down. As the 9-period moving average is sloping up, the volume is actually moving down. But just with technical analysis, like I've seen that before, especially like if you're approaching like a breakout area, that it will break through, you'll have lower volume moving up to it. And the only thing I can figure with that is that, you know, as big money pushes through a level, as they push higher for higher prices, they want to be alone. They don't want to have competition. They don't want other people jumping on the bandwagon to push it up before they can push it up, because then they can't get fully in a position like they want to get because they have too much competition. So they want to get there by themselves. So I think here they're getting there by themselves, right? Black line moving up, blue line moving up. Okay, and then quick retracement, and then it pushes through this level. Okay. All right, so black lines down, black lines down, black lines down. So blue lines and blue and black on the way up together from this level. What is this level? Oh, okay. Well, that level was hit once. So. I call it twice. A little rejection. 3 times. 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Are you serious? Right? That's what you're saying. Are you serious? Look at that. Alright, so what do I want to do here? Okay, so again, I was going to do a new color change to the EMA. But the color change is already implemented in my actual study. So if I take that out, then we'll lose the black, all right? Okay, we'll lose the black. That is those are sharp lines there. Why is that so sharp? Look, I'm looking specifically at this line here. I don't think the 9-period moving average is that sharp. And over here, is that sharp? Let's see. Let's go back and we're going to add that and see if it changes. Alright, so you see how sharp that is? I'm going to hit F3 in 3, 2, 1. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. The only thing I can think of is for some reason there's missing data and the lines are being connected automatically. So if I right click that and go to properties, you can go to chart style, don't automatically connect plot lines, hit OK. And then we're going to go back and we're going to mute this out, hit F3. Nope, it's still there and everything's still connected. SA9. Okay, well, I'll tell you what I can do. I can just plot a SA9. Plot 4, let's just plot 1. Oh, plot 1 is already there. That's weird. I can see one thing. I'm thinking, which in this case I would think that it would all be black. So this here, as I go back and I look at it and I'm learning new things, this here plot 1 has been set. Plot 1, we've plotted. Why would I do that? We've plotted plot 1, right? But so when we go back, yeah, don't mind me, guys. I went to the gym today. I'm in here all comfortable. That's just what I do. That's what I do. But so we plotted plot 1, but then when we come down here and we hit plot 1 again, then this plot 1 will override this plot 1. And if it overrides it, Look like I need to take a nap, dude. All right, so if it overrides it, can't have 2 plots running at the same time. It's only going to do one of them. So it's only going to do the second one. Even if the first one has data. Alright, so one thing I do know that this needs to be, instead of being plot 1, this needs to be like plot, we just put plot 11. So I tell you what, let's do plot 1 first and then we'll see how it changes. Cause I'm thinking it should change. F3. What I do here? Plot 1, plot. I undone some more stuff here. F3. Okay. Now instead of plot 1, we're going to make this plot 11 and see how it changes. 3, 2, 1. Huh. Thin lines for the SA9, for the 9-period moving average, and then the thick line I didn't mean to do that. Dang it. Okay, so this is the, this should be the 9-period moving average here because it's solid. But yet this is a 9-period moving average. Let's go and make sure it don't automatically connect plot lines. Okay, there we go. So that's what it was, and I should have, I probably had it right, and then I went and connected them. Okay, so here's the 9-period moving average, but it's only showing up when those, it's only showing up when the volume is low or getting lower, right? The black line is only showing up when the volume is getting lower over the last 2 bars. Why it's thin, I don't know. I mean, I could certainly thicken it up, but definition, come here. So you have the volume of the price, the color, you have the volume, so or the price, the name, the color. I think this is the style, and then the width. Yeah. Color, default. Alright, so default doesn't do anything. So default, and then width. So I could come in here, and I could say apply 11 SA9 black, and then I have to go default, and then I could do a width of 3. Okay, so now that made that thicker. Alright, plot 11. What if I went back to plot 1 on that? Wait a minute. Plot 1. Okay, now it fills it in. Now it takes it over. Okay, no, it's not taking it over. What it did is it went back and it undid again what we had done. I'm pretty sure it undid this. Don't automatically connect plot lines. It's doing something different every time. I can see that. Okay, so when it's 1 is like that, but then we set it for 11 and we had gaps in here. But now instead of gaps, it's filling it in. Let's go to the chart and go to settings. We're gonna make don't automatically connect plot lines, hit it as default. Hopefully it stays this time. And then hit OK. Alright, so now we have the gaps. What's up, NASCAR? You made it in the building. Let's see. As soon as I saw the PR drop 1,300 shares at 292. First minute. Volume post. Wow. Okay. So you were one of the whales. You were one of the whales that pushed the stock. Well, so then how long did you hold it for then? That's the question, because it looked like it did quite a bit. It did quite a bit. So I mean, you had plenty. Well, actually, it went up really quick though, right? So sassy, it went up really quick. So you made a lot of money really quickly. From 292, jeez. So you were in here? or somewhere like that. 830. You said 1,300 shares. Let's see how many this is. This is 3,000 shares, and you got a good bit. So you said about 10%, but well, there's only 15-second time frame too, though. So that might have been you. That might have been entirely you right there. That on that candle, or maybe this candle. Both of those are about 3,500. See the 1 minute time frame. I don't even know when the PR drop. I think that's what we're looking at earlier. Is where to be able to find PR press release news and everything on this platform so well. And like we said, I think Thinkorswim does a pretty good job with news. 700 shares at 360. Happens within that first minute. Okay, so 292. I mean, honestly, I probably would have, I usually sell way too soon myself. So 360. 15-second hold time. Yeah. I mean, but gosh, even doing that though, I mean, that's honestly, if you can make base hits like that is so spot on routinely, that's all you need. I mean, you don't need to quadruple your money. Sure, it's nice, but if those are home runs that happen far and few in between, and meanwhile you're taking razor cuts, then that's not the best way to do it. But if you can consistently, man, that's all right. That's all right. Like I said, I still haven't been trading. I'll be trading again in November. So right now it's just chart analysis and making new scripts, making new assessment and analysis tools. So that's what I'm doing all this month, and then I'll be ready, feet on the ground come November. I'll be ready, feet on the ground. But I was going to come up with a new moving average indicator, something that just kind of gives another indication of when to get in based on the moving average or slope, that kind of thing. So that's kind of what I'm working on today, and I think I'm gonna just take this out altogether for now. I'm gonna just take this out altogether for now, and then I'll come back and add it back when I get done. So I'm gonna put that back to 1. Nope. Put that back to 1. Verify. All right, so it's back now, and I can just take all of that out. But I still need to add, I still need to add at least no, I'll do that in another script. All right, so we're gonna start another script. We'll try this, and then we'll go back and look at some different candles. All right, so this is gonna be color changing EMA 10, 14, 23. All right, so first we're gonna plot one SA9. And we'll make it black. I think I can do it like this. Oh, what? Plot name? Oh. Gotta leave space for plot name. Alright, come here. And then we're gonna add, what was it? Color, changing EMA 1014. Boom. And then we're gonna hit OK. Oh, what? Alright, so again for this, you gotta edit it, and then instead of it being a histogram, you need to make it a line. Don't automatically connect plot lines. Hit OK. Alright, so starting off fresh with just a solid black line. So places we want to get in are the dips for sure. Okay, and so then we say, what's happening at these dips? Well, the 9-period moving average is moving down, yes. The candles are beneath the moving average, yep. At least the middle of the candle is beneath it. Middle of the candle is beneath it there. I mean, this is setting up to be good for a show me, but all of it has some candle beneath. Right there. And I might should make this so that this only works for like a sideways trend or something like that. This will be part of a sideways trend tool. Alright, so if the candle, I'm gonna have to play around with this as far as the colors. But let's try this. If the candle is, if at least mid bar of the candle is beneath the 9-period moving average, then we're gonna make the 9-period moving average green. Alright, so let's try that. OPG. Yeah, TPST was definitely a runner. I was watching that, and man, that was one of those times where I was in the Discord, and I was just, you know, I'm following my rules, right? Because typically I would break those rules just to make a little bit of money, whatever. But TPST, I mean, it gapped up and halted so many times. It was crazy. Yeah. OPGN, I saw that coming across the ticker a bit. You see I've got it down here, OPGN, but I didn't do much with it, so I don't really know what it did. Yeah, it moved up. What is this? 5 o'clock, so that's after hours. This is pre-market. Oh, I mean, it did a nice little gap up there first part of that day. Yeah, sure. Wow. But man, did it take a wild ride down. I mean, that's a wild ride up. But as I understand though, as it's coming down and it's gapping down here, if you have a stop loss in there, if you have a stop loss in that range right there, as it gaps down, it's going to completely miss you. And then it's going to continue down during this time. And then you're like, okay, well, I'll just put a stop loss in as soon as it reopens. I'll put a stop loss, and then it missed you again. And then just like, you know what? I'm gonna put a stop loss in right here, and then it stops you out. It moves up. Yeah. So those volatile gaps like that. Did you make any money with that? Did you hop in the OPGN? Okay, so you did get in that one. 44. Well, then that was. You must have got in back here when it was running. Yeah. Oh, okay. Wow. Best sell at 203. Jeez. That's 400%. I move from my entry. You're better willing to hold those. Yeah, well, I tell you what, man. Sound like you got it figured out. But I know we were kind of talking the other day, though, right? Is it that there's so many small movers right now? Is it the penny stocks are the theme right now, or is it that you're just finding good opportunities and they're around every day? What do you think it is? I mean, do you think that this pace, this rhythm, you can find something like this every day, every other day, or do you think that this is just the season right now, and then it's gonna get whisked away and gonna mess around and get caught in a storm trying to find those moves again? Because that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of getting caught in that storm. All right, so we're gonna go back and let's see. So if the, all right, so I wonder how it looks to superimpose one plot on another. Let's see. And I imagine as long as you do it in order. So if plot 2 is superimposed over top of plot 1, and plot 2 is green, plot 1 is black, is it going to show black? Is the black going to show through the green, or is the green going to show on top of the black? Let's see, because I really don't know. So I'm going to say plot 2 is SA. We're going to say plot 2. Let's do this. If SA9 is less than SA15, so the 9-period moving average is less than 15 period moving average, then SA9 is less than, then plot 2 is SA9, but it's green, dark green. Okay, and so it didn't show up. So where the 9-period moving average is less than 15, the green did not show up. So let's do this. We're going to go back and we're going to mute out the first one. Okay, so the green does show up there, right? So it's there. It's just that the black, I guess the black is a darker color. It shows up better. Let's make this green and make this black. Okay. And again, it needs to be chart style needs to be aligned. Properties, chart style, line, don't automatically connect. Wait. I should have two. There we go. There's the other one. There's the histogram. I should name them, but I'm not. Make that the default. Line default, yes. Okay. All right. So there again, just like we were saying, the green shows up even when the black is supposed to show up. So I guess the one that is at the top of the screen, the top of the script shows up first. So let's switch that up. We're going to put that. So this one is more important and the other ones fall to the background. I'm thinking that's how it goes. Nope, because the black didn't show up. The green is showing up. Default share size on trading speed drops 600. Smack it 3-4 times when you have 2,000 shares of 36 stock. Yeah, well, but I think that's smart though. I mean, and you know, if you're waiting, if you're waiting 80% of the time and trading 20% of the time, but yet you are pretty consistently, like I said, hitting these and finding these, and yeah, I mean, you're making money 80% of the time, then you know, feeling confident about it, man. Go ahead and up that share size. As long as you're disciplined, right? As long as you're disciplined to not trade that 80% of the time. Now, if you know, just can't stand sitting on your hands and waiting that 80% of the time, like me, I mean, that's how I was. I was doing pretty good there. You know, a couple of years ago, I was doing, you know, fairly well. But then it came to times when I should have been sitting on my hands, but just because I like to trade every day, I like to trade. I actually got into plenty of stocks and positions that were not profitable, and so I'd give away my gains. And so that's why I said, you know, this month I'm learning to, you know, sit on those hands. Learn to sit on those hands. Yeah, TPST. Like I say, DTCK, I guess OPGN, but I mean, it looks like that was like just really volatile. Pre-market it did a lot, but yeah, I think there's plenty of small cap and penny stocks that are moving well enough to where there's some opportunity here for a while. Some of those people on the Discord, man, you know, they trading larger shares, which again, only trade as much as you're willing to lose. But they said they were making like 15 grand. So, but then too, I think a lot of those guys hold the stocks and they catch a good bit of the ride. I think I'm kind of like you. I usually find an opportunity to get out, or have a target in mind to get out, and I just go ahead and get out instead of kind of waiting and playing and seeing how it's going to go. And I don't know if that makes those folks more of a master of their trade, or if they potentially could hold things too long. And if you can hold it too long to the upside, you're certainly capable of holding too long to the downside. So I'd rather get in, get out, make a base hit, small play, whatever, keep it moving. All right, so the SA9 and 15 and money management. I remember trading at one point in time. I was talking to some of my buddies, and I was saying just how trading stocks, so much of it is risk management versus the trading piece. I think there is a lot to say about the trading piece, the technical analysis, and that kind of thing. But risk management, if you get in, should you move your stop up to a break even as soon as it, you know, meets a 2% gain, a 1% gain, whatever? How do you manage your risk? How do you manage your position? I think that's a huge piece of trading, and I don't think that enough people really talk about that piece. But that's yeah, I think that can make or break it. All right, but I am surprised though that this green is showing up, whether or not it's coming first or coming last. The black does not show up. I don't like that. Because that just makes makes it harder to make a script that does change colors or has overlays and that kind of thing. So like I say, the other thing that you can do there, which is what I did before, was if then statements. If that, then that, else, fingers, else, plot to SA9 green. Okay, we gotta get rid of plot 1. Plot 1 is just overcasting everything, which, like I said, is just weird to me. But okay, all right. So now we have, zoom in there. You can see we have green when it's when the SA9, when the 9-period moving average is over the 15, and it's black when it's below. Okay. All right. What I was specifically just kind of calling out earlier, though, was that the candles, the mid bar, at least the mid bar, the candles are underneath the 9-period moving average. So we're going to go back and we're going to modify that. We're going to say if the mid bar of the candle is less than the 9-period moving average, then we're going to plot SA9. That's going to be dark green. Else it's going to be, we'll make it blue. Okay, so when it's green, and green is just not standing out to me as much. What have on the other one? On the other one, I had pink, black, and blue. The green is not popping out to me, so and that's why I have some custom colors made, just because I need for it to stand out to me. Let's just make it red. Might interfere with those candles though, but and I don't feel like that's popping out as much either. Let's see. All right, let's see. Right now, CSP. Okay. Did that turn red? See, this is red, but this is red, but there's a problem there. So you wouldn't want to get in on that red. So we need to find why you wouldn't get in on that red and make sure that that line does not turn red. Okay, why wouldn't you want to get in on that red? Because, well, we can make that the candle is so long that the length of this candle is longer than the average trading range of the typical candles there, because the average trading range is a true thing. Let's open up ATR, average true range, plot that down there somewhere. So average true range, we'll zoom out and see where these dips are. Draw a vertical line. Boom, 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 and boom. All right, so what's happening with these, with the average true range down here when we have these candles? All right, so on this one, average true range was coming up. This one it was down. This one it was up. This one it was up. Wait a minute, that's not one. That's not one. All right. This one average true range is up. This one is elevated, but it's not up from, you know, the prior levels. This one it's up from the prior levels. This one it's up from the prior levels. So, I mean, I think that's definitely something to watch as well, right? Is if average true range is getting larger. I'm going to divert. I'm going to come back to it. Let's make this on here, and then I want to come back and I want to color some candles. So here we need to do so we're running on top of that issue that we're just having about whether or not we could change the plot within here, or we could change the indicator within here, or we could make a whole new indicator reference and it would superimpose over top of what's going on here. It looks like superimposing is not really happening. It's choosing one and it's sticking with it. Okay, so we have the plot 2 down there, right? And we already know that it's going from blue to red. So now we're going to let plot 2 also, now let's make plot 3 be called be colored green, and then we're going to apply that. And that's one thing that I learned also, anybody who's trading with TradeStation, when you have 2 data streams, as I do, I have 2 data streams going, one at 1 minute, one at 5 minutes, and I'm using that for my swing levels. When you have that, you can't use your automatic scaling. These don't seem to work right, and it certainly don't work with your hotkeys, right? So right now I'm not doing anything with the 5 minute time frame, so I'll actually go and I will remove the time frame, remove the 5-minute time frame. Now when I come back here to my screen, if I hit my hotkeys, it'll automatically scale and rescale. What? Okay. Alright. I messed up a whole lot here just then. Alright, so this should be volume. I mean, this should be price. Right click that, scaling. So it does have axis, got the right axis, automatic subgraph, default. Okay. Alright, but volume should be here. Nope. Should be here. And here. Nope. Left axis. Okay. Alright, so why isn't that on the bottom? Double click. This should be on the sub scaling. Left axis, subgraph 1, automatic base, subgraph margins. Okay. It does that from time to time. Okay, but so when you just have one data set on the stream, you can go and you can use your hotkeys, or you can use this button up here, these buttons up here, to automatically scale and am I dragging that? Okay. If you mess up your orientation, you can just hit your scaling changes there, and it'll work. But if you have two data streams on your chart, then it won't allow you to do that. Okay, so I went through all that to talk about this again. All right, so we have the 9-period moving average with when the bars are beneath the 9-period moving average is red, and then when it's above it is blue. And we wanted to modify that by incorporating some aspect of the average true range moving up. So when the average true range moves up, we want to let's make it green. Okay, so and it's probably got to move up by a certain amount, right? So this here moved up from this low peak, and if we draw a trend line, we go from here to here, and that percentage that it moved up was around 76% on the average true range. From here to here was only 42%. From here to here was 28%. So we could say something like, and this was 2 bars, this was 9 bars, this was 3 bars. So we could say that the average true range has to move up at least by 25% over 2 bars, and then we're going to color it green. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, but again, we can't superimpose, which I truly have a problem with. So we're going to say, I bet if we start with it, then we can get a better, then we'll at least get that green to come up. Yeah, because that's the way that the if then else statements work, is it starts from the first, then it analyzes the next, then it analyzes the next, then it analyzes the next. So if you have, so whatever you want to be priority needs to be at the top of the list. All right, and so I definitely want that to be a priority. I might want to change some things around, because I might want the condition to not be that the average true range is increasing by that much, but I want it to be that the average true range is increasing by that much, as well as the slope of the moving average is moving up. But for right now, we'll just do the 1. So we'll say that the ATR, gotta get some space in here. Do they do it like this? Yeah, average shoe range, and then it's going to be the of the length. I think we have it at 14. So if the average shoe range 14 is greater than average shoe range 14 of what do we say? How many bars? We said 2 bars ago. 2 bars ago times. So this has got to be greater than the average shoe range plus 25%. So time. So plus. So it's got to be greater than 125%, which is 1.25. 1.25. Okay. So if your average shoe range is greater than 125% of the average shoe range 2 bars ago, then SA9, nope, then plot 2 is SA9, boom, boom, we're going to call it green, else it's going to go to mid bar, else if the mid bar is less than the SA9, then it's going to plot it red, else it's going to plot it blue. Okay, I hope all that makes sense. Try to put some organization to it. And I should do a begin end statement, but let's see how it likes this. Plot, then plot else, then that, else, then plot. Else, then plot else. Else plot blue. Alright, what did I get here? What did I get? Assignment to a function not allowed. Assignment to a function. Else if. Okay, there we go. Okay. Is that green? Is that our green that we're looking for? Yes, I believe it is. Okay, so this is the green that we're looking for, but man, is this tough to see in this little spot, right? So this is the green that we have here. But would you want to get in here? No, you wouldn't want to get in here because the candle is above the 9-period moving average. You're looking for the pullback at this point. So you wouldn't want to get in here even though it's green. Here you say, all right, well, I get in here because it's green and the candles are below the 9-period moving average. So we're looking at that kind of a rebound. So and that's what I was saying, that I need to make sure that this has 2 conditions to the criteria. So not only does it have to be over the 125% of the average shoe range, but it has to be and. So if that and the mid bar is less than SA9, then boom. Okay, so now we have the green here, and this will be a good entry, right? Now it's not showing up down here. It should have shown up right here, right? Well, the mid bar would have been below. The mid bar would have been in here. So maybe that'd have been. Oh no, it's got this tall top wick, so it would have been here. Now we could have modified it just a little bit, and we could have put that the low is less than that. So at least you got part of the bar under there, right? And so when you do that, then this green does show back up because this low is under here. All right, but so then at this point, once you saw this green light up here, would you get in here? I don't know. I don't know. I think that's you could have got in here, considering this to be your base, considering this to be your support, and then what? It really didn't drop much below this area here, this area of liquidity. So got in here, stop loss down here, moved up, maybe. And that's the thing about making these scripts and stuff, is you don't want them to be so exclusive that it, I mean, you can make these scripts so exclusive that, kind of like you were saying, NASCAR, is like you're waiting on your hands for 80% of the day or of the year, trading 20% with high accuracy, and that's great. But some of the times, man, I'll make these scripts and I mean they'll be like 99%. Like you never see it light up green. So I don't want it to be so exclusive that, I mean, you just don't even, I don't know. All right, so we got another green indication here, right? So that was, and that would have been a good entry, right? That was the bottom, you know, for a pullback. And that's confirmed with this level of support. All right, so we got that green indication there. We got this level of support. We got a little bit higher volume. I mean, what more do you need? So I like that one. I'm gonna keep this script. If you want to write down this script for your notes, guys, if you're trading with TradeStation, feel free to go ahead and write it down or take a screenshot, whatever. But you know, this will change, right? So to have a script that is somewhat self-learning would be most useful. So like this 1.25%, this 125%, that is going to change for chart to chart. So let's pull up TPST. Well, TPST, yeah, I think it ran. Just want to make sure I get something that has some liquidity and not just did that super gapping up thing. All right, so TPST, we're looking at our color change in 9 EMA there and seeing where we have the green candles. We have it there. And it did find a little bit of a base. Is it going to continue moving down? I don't know. I'm not a master of after hours anyway. Here, well, I mean, we got the green, but this is right at after hours, right? So you don't want to trade at the end of the market. You don't want to trade at the end of the market shift. I mean, you can. I'm saying for the for my scripts, I have not been able to make sense of the changing of the guards, right? So when everybody clocks out at 4, or when liquidity clocks out at 4, the game changes. So I wouldn't want to be in the middle of a trade hoping that things are going to stay the same when literally everybody who was playing the game packed their bags and they went home. They went home for the day. So now you're playing the game by the rules of the cats that was playing on the court when you got there. Now the brothers from down the street, they came up and they don't play ball the same way. You know, they'll foul you and keep going. So I don't want to play ball like that. Yeah, I can't take a hit. All right, so here we didn't get any greens throughout this huge downtrend, which is good because we don't want to get a signal to enter through there because, you know, that's a terrible time to enter. How about through here? All right, so nothing through here. All right, but let's look at the because what that was largely based on, those green entries, was the, oh yeah, okay, we did get one right here. We got one right here. Green right there. And I mean, let's face it, guys, that's a pretty good entry. If you get that green indication to get in right here, and you got in at this bottom, if you could confirm that with another level, like something like that level, does it go any further? Does that level extend? Oh yeah. All right, so that level continues on through here. All right, so if you can get that with confirmation, I mean, take it. right? Take it. This one here, don't like that. Don't like that. But again, what is the level that this one is? What's the confluence there? What's that level? We know for a fact that it came up to this level. All right, it came up to this level, and now we're at resistance. So why would you buy that close to resistance if it didn't hold and create new support? Why would you do that? I don't know. Here's open hours, so we wouldn't trade that. Okay. Well, I mean, NASCAR, there's your 20%, my friend. There's your 20%. You know, you get this trade right here. You get that indication, hop in there with your 20%, and then you put everything on black. Put everything on black, and then you just ride that wave. Yeah. Okay. Wish you guys had seen some of the screenshots I did with the bid and the ask price. I think I did a little video on that yesterday. So tomorrow, Monday, the next day, I'll be trying to get more data on the bid and the ask price, because I imagine down here, there were some sale offers right? So a high ask, and then down here all of a sudden maybe there was a huge spike in the bids, but I don't think I have that day recorded. So okay, all right. So I said also we wanted to look at color changing EMA. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this because there's a lot going on. We're going to keep the moving averages. We're going to keep the volume. We'll keep that one is turned off. We'll remove that one. Average true range. Let's just turn it off. Hit status. Keep those on. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so when you're looking at scripting with TradeStation, you've got several different options. So you can open up activity bar, which kind of plots your price levels. It plots what's happening at price levels, so like you can get volume there. And this is maybe one that I need to work on. I don't know anything about activity bar. But I will work on that one. All right, but so function, you can make your own functions. That's what I do with the SA9. So SA9 is pretty much just saying the simple moving average, simple moving average 9 periods. And you can make a function that says execute simple moving average over 9 periods equals SA9. So that's what I've got a lot of functions created so that so my shorthand is quick, right? So I don't have to keep writing a bunch of stuff over and over. All right, so then the indicator is what's going to happen when you're making lines and stuff down here. Everybody knows what your indicators are. The paint bar is where you can paint bars different colors, which is what we're about to do. Probability map, I don't know anything about it either. And the show me is where you can put like a dot or a plus or a line. You can put some type of indicator on the chart analysis screen itself. And then strategy is, of course, is where you can actually when you find a study or you find something that works really well, like we found that SA9, we found that logic works really well. So you take that logic, you put it in the strategy, and then you can automate it to do trading for you, which is the reason why I came to TradeStation in the first place. And then trading app, I don't know about trading app either. So okay, paint bar is what we're looking at. Practice 10, 14, 23. All right, let's give a template because I think I've done a paint bar maybe once or twice, but I don't do paint bar. So the condition is the criteria, the value 1 is the high, value of 2 is low. Plot paint bar. If condition 1, then begin plot paint bar, plot paint bar, plot. Okay, so you do plot 1, plot paint bar, and then alert. All right, so I'm imagining that when you do plot paint bar, it goes from value 1 to value 2. All right, so we'll say if let's take, just for kicks and giggles, we're going to say condition 1 equals, we're going to go back to that one that we had, because this is hard to see. That green is hard to see, especially if you zoomed way out in, if it's smushed. So we're going to go to color change in EMA. This was our criteria here, and especially this criteria here, which is average true range 125% under the SA9. We're going to copy that as our criteria, and then we're going to go back to practice paint bar. That's going to be our condition 1 criteria. If average true range, and low under the 9-period moving average, colon. And so if that's true, then condition 1 is true, then we're going to begin plot paint bar from value 1 to value 2. So we're going to plot from the high to the low of it. And then we hit verify, F3 verify. We're going to, that's practice 1014. So we're going to go here, and that is paint bar, practice 1014. All right, you see what it did? It colored these two candles red. It also colored these candles red. It colored this candle red as well, but they were already red, right? You know, so let's make it something that we can make sense of, that we can see. So let's find the definition of the plot paint bar so we can see where the colors go. So plot paint bar is going to go from the high to the low of, you know, as far as painting, high to low, and then between two specified values, bar open, bar close, plot paint name. Oh boy, this has a lot of potential parameters. So how do I get past this because I don't need it, and this because I don't need it? Bar high, low, open, close are numeric expressions representing the high, low, open, closing prices for the bar to be drawn. Plot name is the name of the plot. War color is an easy language used for the plot, also referred to as plot color. Default observer is used with. You could also specify only 2 of the bar parameters instead of the 4. Right, so that's all. I don't want to do bar high, low, open, close. I only want to do 2. You can specify only 2. However, you must specify either 2 or 4. Okay, you must specify either 2 or 4. So you can't do 3. You need to do either 2 or all 4. And I guess that's why these are in parentheses or the brackets, because these are all optional. Okay, so if we don't make them optional, I think we just have to do quotations. I don't think we have to put anything in there. So plot paint bar top, bottom, area. Oh, you don't even need to put that in there. You don't even need to put, like I said, so here it's got the top or the high and the low, and instead of that 3rd and 4th parameter, it just skipped right on to plot name, which is in parentheses or quotations, and then the color blue. So it went straight, it went from here to here, skip, name, color, and then it didn't do anything there. All right, so let's see if we can make that change here. So plot 1, 1, 2, and then we're going to skip the 3rd and the 4th one, and then we're going to do the name, which will just be enter high ATR. And then we're going to do the color. We're going to make it yellow, because I can see yellow. I'm a little colorblind, like red greens, if they're really close together, they do bother me. So that's why my charts are blue and red. Yeah. Nothing going to stop me from making that money, folks. Nothing. All right, so you see the yellows here, right? The yellows, I mean, they really kind of pop, actually. I like that. All right, so if we come out and then we got this yellow here, that's not a great one. This guy here, like I say, end of the market. Yeah. So, again, I don't think that this is one that you want to take at resistance. You do want to find some type of level of confluence. If we turn back on the, let's see, I do have some swing level strategies that I created, and I don't know what the name of them was now. It was indicator. Support and demand. Okay, so that one. Yep. That one and that one. Now, be prepared, because the chart is about to look crazy, but here we go. And what? No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, all right, get out of here. Support and demand? Oh, swing high. Okay, so the support and demand are these lines here. So these lines that are kind of faint in the background, these are my support and demand levels. And they're based on, actually, the swing level should be based on the data 2 time frame. Because again, when you're looking like this and you can't see anything outside of you, you don't realize that there's a plane overhead, right? So you want to know what's going on in that larger time frame, even if you're trading on the smaller time frame. Especially, like I say, I think NASCAR, like you're waiting on something to happen. So if you're waiting on something to happen and you make that move, then that's great. But if you were waiting on something to happen, you make a move, and then you're like, huh, okay, and then you start making another move, and you start making another move. Well, soon the larger scale picture has changed, and you're not even aware because you're focused on this one time frame. So I've got this second data stream that I put into effect so that I can have an idea of what's going on the larger time frame. So I go to add symbol here, and then I go to TPST, and so that's my second data stream. I'm going to do it for a 5-minute time frame, whereas right now we're trading on a 1-minute time frame. Hit OK, and then when I click this, Shift S, the first data stream is a 1-minute time frame. The second data stream is a 5-minute time frame. That's good. I'm going to come back here. We're going to go to Edit Studies, and so the support and demand levels that I have, the first support and demand levels that I have, it's just what's going on the chart that I'm on. I mean, you do want to know that, right? But then on the larger scale, that support and demand, the swing level, that needs to be based on the second data stream, right? So at first it was based on that 1-minute time frame, which we see what's going on in the 1-minute time frame. We may not be aware of it, but we see what's going on with it. We can't really see what's going on in the 5-minute time frame, especially if it's happening to the left of the chart. So we make this large swing level on the 5-minute time frame. Hit OK, hit close. Okay. All right. So these supports here are representative of the 1-minute time frame, and then if you see some blue lines or some purple, I think I made them as blue and purple lines come up, they will be representative of the 5-minute time frame. But none of them are showing up right now. Okay, so scaling, and every now and then I have to reset the scaling on this simple moving average. I don't know why, but I do. So, and look at all these lines here. This just says that there is so much happening at this level right here. It created a strong barrier. Don't know if it's support, don't know if it's resistance. And that's one of the things that I've kind of learned to appreciate here recently, is that levels are levels. You know, you don't know who's on the side, or you don't know who's supporting what level. You can have an idea just by multiple occurrences, but you don't really ever know what's going to happen, if it's going to get retested, if there's going to be a flush there, if there's going to be a stop hunt. So it's just a level. So here we got all these levels here, but man, it created such a strong isolated area, and you know, you just got a strong move away from it too, because it's so strong. All right, look at that yellow candle that, you know, that was created by the little script that we made. All right, and you also have a yellow candle here too, right? Yellow candle here, yellow candle here. I mean, you might have missed all this, but again, are you shooting for you know, swinging for the fences, or are you trying to get base hits? This here would have got you a solid base hit. This here, if you would have got in even by the time this candle was done, you would have got in here. I mean, you know, maybe, right? This was the end of the day. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, even that looks good. Wow, TPST. Do your thing. All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so that and the thing I love about this, is you can leave these type of indicators running in the background, whereas like indicators like the swing level. So the swing level, when they show up, they're here, it's here, it's all over your chart, right? But these guys here, you can leave them running in the background and they don't really clutter your chart, but when they show up, you're like, whoa, time to pay attention, right? So you can just kind of leave those on the chart. So, and I use the same kind of a thing on TD Ameritrade, you know, painting candles. So I might have an orange candle paint up. We got these yellow ones. Yeah, so I think I'll go and I'll do a little bit more of painting candles. All right, but I want to change that. So I mean, just for looks, just for visualization, for review, I don't want it to be this close to the to the market change. So it needs to be if condition 1, then plot paint bar alert 2. All right, so we got to say all right, let's see if I can make an exclusive condition. Condition 2 equals time is greater than 9:35, and time is less than 15:50. So not trading that last 10 minutes of the day. All right, so time is greater than, yeah, that looks right. Okay, so if condition 1 and condition 2, excuse me, colon, verify. Okay. All right, so now we didn't get that candle painted because it's too close at market change. We got this one. Is this it? Where is this at? Well, we shouldn't get this one either. I wonder, is this, well, it should be based on data stream 1, but this is 9:31. So time is greater than 9:35. No. Well, I have time is less than 9:35, so there you go. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, there we go. There's our There's our 20%. Boom, right there. All right, but I don't like this, so I could make this a lot more complicated by by finding that swing high and then saying if the price is close to a swing high, then don't take it. If it's like within a certain percentage of swing high, because this is the most recent swing high based on certain criteria. So if you have a number of candles on either side, then this is your swing high. So you could go here and say if you have a number of candles on either side, this is your swing high. So I think I'd want to say that, and I like to do something that's called, I call it like a running swing high. So, okay, well, wait a minute, there we go. Who saw that and didn't tell me? Who saw it? All right, so you got these swing levels here. You see that popped up for the 5-minute time frame? That's because the 5-minute time frame ended up on this on this subgraph. So we need to move this 5-minute time frame up to this scale. Okay, so, and then you can see that that level did show up at 429, which is roughly where this went and touched. And that's what I'm talking about the swing levels. You don't want to take this entry close to this swing level. So let me show you. All right, so data 1, they got data 2, customize. We're gonna go to scaling. We'll put that on right axis, but it's gonna be subgraph 1, automatic. Yep, and it's gonna be clear. So that just moves the data stream 2 up to data stream up to the basic top graph, but then makes it clear so you can't see it, so it doesn't interfere with visually what you're seeing. So then we hit close. Okay, so now it's up here, and so now you see that swing level that was down here, it's on your main chart now. So these here in the background, this is if you look in the middle of the chart and you see it says trend line 12 229 69, and then it says based on support and demand. All right, this one right here says based on support and demand swing. So this is your larger time frame swing. This is your smaller time frame swing. This is what you're looking at right now. This is your swing. This is a potential support. This is on the larger time frame swing. Okay, so if you're trading here and you're like, oh man, it could go up, it'll go up and go forever. Yeah, no, well, you better consider that this swing level here that's operating on the larger time frame is significant. And the good thing about this, the way I have this set up, is this popped up right here at this time. You see where it says 10:05? It was created at 10:05. So as this down here was happening, now all of a sudden, boom, this shows up. So now even if you see this and you're like, huh, I could possibly get in here. Well, you should consider that your first stop, should consider that your first stop might be here, right? Because we've got this green line that popped up starting right here. And what did it do? Came up, went right to it, hesitated, moved up, went right to that swing level, stopped, right? And I'm telling you, when I made these swing levels and I sit back and look at them, I was simply amazed. I'm like, man, I can truly be profitable at this thing. But like I say, I think it's, for me, I feel like it's because I can't see all this at one time, just visually looking at the chart. But making these scripts that automatically populates it on the screen, now I know where I can take off half. Now I know where I should take off another half or move my stop up, right? And look, even here, if you look at where this support started in here, you get this bump up here off of this support, and this one did what? It moved right into the zone and then went down. Yeah, so I love it, man. I love it. Maybe I'm by myself on this, but I love it. So all right, but what I was saying is you probably don't want this to fire within like so many percentage points or pips or whatever you're trading, so close to this swing level. So swing level, let's see, swing low, swing high, we got a swing high there. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna edit this, and then I'm gonna do what I call kind of that running EMA, that running swing level, and you'll see what I mean. So swing high of, so this is dot of close, length, so that's strength. All right, so I'm going to take this out. I'm just going to have, we'll do that. Let's see, if value 1 is greater than 0, then value 2 equals value 1, else value 2 equals value 2 of 1 to go. Apply value 2. All right, so this is pretty much saying that to create a swing level, to calculate that you have a significant, pivot, you got to have so many bars on one side, so many bars on the other side. They all have to be lower than that point. So many bars on this side, so many bars on this side. Okay. All right, so this number here, definition of swing high. Swing high returns the high pivot price where swing high occurred. Okay, so you have the instance, which is the most recent swing high, which is what we're looking at. The price, what you're looking at, with whether or not it's the high, the close, the low, middle of the bar, whatever. You can do the same. You can do swing high with average trading range. You can do it with RSI. You can do it with anything. All right, so you just put that right here. Then you do strength, which is how many on either side is what we're talking about, and length is how many bars back to look at, and then how many bars back you're looking at has to at least be this long. Okay, so since it has to at least be this long, I'm just gonna make it one more, so I'm gonna make it 11. And right now we've got this, but these swing high, I want the swing high to be more significant. So the less bars you have on either side, the more times you're going to get a swing high. It's just every time you got a swing high. The more bars you have on either side, the more bars it took to get there, the more significant it is. So instead of 10, we're going to do 20. And then we'll make this 21. As my daughter would say, do your thing, 21, do your thing. Do your thing, 21, do your thing. Okay, all right, so now you see what this line looks like, right? Everybody see that? Okay, so now you see that this bar here is cutting right through that swing level. So we don't want this. We don't want this either one of these bars to be within like I don't know, 5% of. Let's see, what is it? And this is the part that you want to change. Want to be self-learning with your script. So you want it to change with every script, because on this script, TPST, they did such a volatile move. It's moving a lot. 3% over like 2-3 candles, not that big a deal. Some stocks, it'll take them, 20 bars to move 3%. So that's the part that you need to incorporate into your script to be self-learning, which I haven't done yet. I'll probably do that on my own time, because I'll have to take time to think about it and to make it fit. And then I'll come back to you, and then I'll be like, boom. And you'll be like, well, Eric, how'd you come up with that so easily? That's because I spent hours working on this stuff. I didn't just come up with all this. I promise you. All right, so, but 3%. So let's say if the middle of the bar is within 5%, either side is within 5% of this swing level, then we don't want to paint it. All right, and we got to make sure that we're looking at a swing level with a strength of this. So we're just going to copy and paste that, because this is what we're using. All right, so the practice tip for paint bar. All right, so this is condition, we already have condition 2 somewhere, so let's do condition 3 equals, where are we going to put that? Where are we going to put that? Swing high. So we know that we need to do between. Now between is one of the functions I created myself. So if that swing high level, no. If so we have to do the function. If between, so this is what I created. If between, so the price, what you're looking for is between the high and the low. So the price, what you're looking for, we're going to do the mid bar, we're going to do the middle of the bar. So we're going to do mid bar. So if the price is between the high, swing high, and this is going to be your swing high, and we're going to multiply that by, so we're going to look at 5% higher than it and 5% lower than it. So swing high times 1.05, because that'll be 105%, and that'll be on your high side, and then we're going to paste that again, and that'll be times 95%, which would be 5% on the low side, and then close that. So we don't need an if here because it's already a condition. So between, so if the price is between it, then condition 3 will be true. We're going to make condition 3 always false unless it's true. This is something I had to learn too, because what happens is these conditions, they stay, whenever they change to something, they stay that thing until it gets changed again. Condition 2 is false. All right, so condition 3, so that's going, if that's true, so condition, if that's between, so we want to say not condition 3. So if condition 1, yes. If condition 2, yes. And not condition 3. Hey, what you doing? Condition 3 is an easy language reserved word with no longer function. Oh, that's because I went and I made it as a variable. Well, now instead of doing it that way, because when you declare as a variable, you're declaring something new, so you call it, I could put my name there. I could say Eric equals false. You could put anything there, and you are declaring it as a variable. But condition 3, condition 1, 2, value 1, 2 through, those are two words that are already declared in TradeStation Easy Languages software, and so they really don't want you redeclaring it, if I put it that way. All right, so instead of me redeclaring it as false every time the script starts, I'll just put equals false, and it'll be fine with that. If it ain't fine with it, it's gonna be fine with it. Gonna make it like it. Gonna make it like it. Okay, no errors. Okay, so now we have that, but we still shouldn't have that that bar pop up, and not condition 3. Condition 3, so mid bar is between swing high 2021 times 1.05 and swing low close 2021 times 0.95. Condition 3. Now what if I take the knot out of there? That should not work. That worked. That did not work because I lost this. So something happened over here. Nope. Nothing happened over here. Is it still on the chart? Yep, still on the chart. What happened? Yeah, so this is when I was telling you about the hours that go into it. This is where the hours come into play. So hopefully I can debug this fairly quickly. But so the middle of the bar is right smack dab on the line, right? So, and this line here is our swing high. We already know that it's this level because we copy and paste it from our other swing high script, and we said 5% above and below it, and the middle of the bar, unless I got this wrong, times 1.05%, which we're adding 5%, so that's right, 5, and the low times 0.95. Condition 2 is our time. Those are all okay. If this happens to be within here, then we don't want it. And not condition 3. And verify. Condition 1, okay, so I'll put condition 3 as false up here, but this made it true. All right, let's do this. Let's print condition 3. Okay, do that. Verify. Come here. Shift Control E. That's false all the way through. So that's false, false, false. There's a true right there. We need to find out what time that is because something is going weird. Okay, so we're gonna so time. So we're gonna print the date. We're gonna put a space. We're gonna do the time. We're gonna do the space, and then the condition 3. All right. I didn't put a space. Try to give me one automatically. All right, so you see what's happening down here at the print log at the bottom. That's how you help utilize debugging. Okay, so this time here is at 10:13:23 at 10:58. So (10:13) at 10:58. 10:13. 10:13 at 10:58. It's right here. It says false. Well, how is that false? 10:13 at 10:58. Anybody see what I did? Anybody see what I did? All right, so from this level, unless somehow my swing level, let's check the swing level because we're assuming that the swing level is still here. Let's check. Let's print the swing level and see if the swing level comes up to be 409. Oh no. Okay. I was thinking I was doing it on a different data stream. So the swing level. So we're gonna print also space swing level space that, and the swing level is I should be able to just put this all in there. Stuff it all in there. Swing level is -1. Hey, I know what I did. Okay, so this is truly where debugging comes in at. If you look back over, I know exactly what I did. So if you go back to swing high, what I did was I've got these swing levels here. I got these swing highs, but I didn't keep it there. These swing highs were the height, was the value, the heights. But it only plots it for so many bars, which technically is only going to plot it for 1 bar because you are looking back 21 bars and it's got to be 20 bars long. So the way I was able to extend it this far out is that I assigned this to this, and then if this number was greater than 0, you know, so the value that I should have been looking for is value 2 for the right here. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna copy and paste this whole thing. Like I said, man, I mean, for the most part, that's what I like about scripting, is that there's a right way. You may just not be getting it right, but there's a right way. And then the other part about it is that there's some things that you just can't do, but the majority of things, you can probably do them. They're just really complex, and you just have to figure it out. And I like figuring stuff out. Yeah, it's a guilty pleasure of mine, but nonetheless, that's a topic. That's a horse of another color. Okay, so we're gonna put that in there, and then value 2, has value 2 been used before? Yes, it's been used right there. So we're gonna make this value 1 has been used before also. So we'll make this value 4. So value 1 should be value 4, and then value 2 should be value 5. Is that right? All right, now we got it. All right, now I need to be referencing value 5. So the swing high level is going to be, actually I can just take all this out and just put value 5. That's a horse of another color. Value 5. All right, now F3. Okay. All right, so now we get these. We don't get these. And thank you so much, Mr. Printlog. Bye-bye. All right, so now we can zoom out and we see that we just get this. Okay. We also got this one, but again, do we want to go in and find some logic that gets rid of that? Or do we want to leave it and just say, hey, well, it's not really close to support. If you're considering these levels to be potential support, you might say, hey, I'll take that. Okay, and then you draw that horizontal line there. Nope, get out of here. That horizontal line there. Okay. If you saw those potential 1, 2, 3 little supports there, and then you would have took that because it's a yellow line and also looks like it's coming to some support, then you might have took it. You might have been wrong. All right, what else is happening over here? Over here, as we come into the support, we did get a very high volume, or relative high volume. See, all these volumes here are well under this higher volume here. If you look at this candle here, I mean, but it is relatively higher than all these candles. So that's definitely a trap, but and it probably could have worked, you know. But so our job is to find out why that's a trap. Okay. Does anybody see anything? Anybody see anything they want me to add to the script to make it a little better? Because this should be a collaborative approach. I know I'm going to have this on my chart. Oh yeah, don't let me forget, join the Discord, because it's lonely in there. So we need to put our heads together, come up with the best logic to make us all a bunch of money. Okay. And as contributors to the scripts, you guys are part of the brain, so you get the spoils. You get the spoils and whatnot. All right, so TBSC looked pretty good there. What was the other chart I was looking at? This OPGN. Let's see if this translate back to OPGN. Well, it would have worked there, and could have worked there. Here, not so much. Not so much. This is also coming off of a really high run, though, so I think you have to be aware of that. This one here, if you see my lines, this one here came and touched this significant level here, the support and demand level. If you see my blue line here, this is the swing level from the larger time frame, from the 5-minute time frame. And this candle here dipped below that swing level. So I'm not sure I would take that one, just because it's flirting with the larger time frame, and it's trying to turn. I mean, it was resistance at some point, right? It was resistance. Boom, boom, boom. It was resistance. And it never really turned support. So it's trying to decide if it's going to be support, but it never really turned support. So until you get some more confirmation there, I would say no. I would say no. And technically, we wouldn't. Yeah. So, and maybe that's what I should do. I should go ahead and incorporate this paint bar into a 2 data stream paint bar, which incorporates the larger time frame as well, and will overlook candles that are too close to the swing level. I don't know. Let's see what happened back on TPST. Because that wasn't a swing level there, but it was significant. Look at that one. That one could have worked. Boom, up to boom. That one did not work, but God, look at that one. It moved up and dropped straight down. I don't know who would ever take that anyway. So I think based on like these that I've seen, I would say that this candle has to be, well, it's lower than the 1, 2, 3 candles before it. I don't know. I'm sure there's another easy piece of logic that I can put there that says that the preceding candles cannot be all inside candles. Like this candle overshadows 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 candles, and it doesn't seem to do that where it's yellow on these other places, it's well below. It's well below. It's well below, and that's why I said this one looks like a trap. Would have been a pretty good trap, but like I said, I don't want to take it off because I think it looks similar enough to the other trays that I think you just got to take your stop loss, and you got to take some hits. And yeah. All right, so I got to put something in here that says that the candles before it. Yeah, wow. So essentially, in plain words, I want to say that this candle drops below, which it does, drops below I know what I can do. I can do something like the slope of the, or the regression line, the slope, like I said, or the regression intercept, the slope of the candles before it. Because if we plot a slope here through the mid bar of these candles, that slope will be going like straight to what do people call it? Diamond hands and stuff like that. What do they call it? I don't know. To the moon. All right, so the slope is going to the moon, right? I think that's way too steep to try to take that. All right, so what I want to do is I want to make a quick indicator to show. I probably already have one, but it show what the slope looks like of 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just say 4 candles. So we're gonna go here and then we'll apply that to the chart. So we're gonna go here. Let's see. I think I already have some. Say slope of 25 EMA, slope of spread. No, it needs something with just slope delete. All right, so we'll have to make a new one, and it'll just be called slope. All right, we'll do an input. It says I don't want to have to type that out. Whether I do an input that says that where I can change the high, low, open, close. So we won't do an input. We'll just do that plot 1 is going to be linear regression slope. And what is that? That's of the price and the length. The price is going to be the mid bar, so the middle of the bar, and the length is going to be 4. Plot. Okay, now we're going to come back over here. I'm going to add it. Slope. Probably could have called it a little something more creative than that, but I didn't. Alright, and now it just decided that it wanted to go where? I don't know. Slope. I'm going to put it on right. Subgraph 2. Okay, so this is the slope. So here we're looking at this and saying that this slope here is roughly 0.043. But it's positive. Your zero line is like I don't know. Your zero line is like right there or something. All right, so anyway, that slope is positive. All right, and if we go to this one, our slope is negative. is below this 0 line. Kind of like that color changing thing that we did before. Let's see if we can make it real easy to see what's positive and negative. Okay, so plot 1. All right, we're going to call it blue if it's above the line. So we're going to take this out. I'm going to call this value 1 equals that, and that, and then we're going to put value 1, and then we're going to say if value 1 is greater than 0, then plot 1 is blue, else plot 1 value 1 is red. That all we have to do? Plot 1 value, oh, we got to get rid of that parentheses. If value 1 is less than 0, then plot 1 is value 1 blue, else plot 1 value 1 red. I don't know. Oh, that's right. You can't just put the color right in. You got to put a space holder for the name. Yay. Okay. All right, you see on this line. Oh, well, this line, it crosses from blue to red. I mean, from blue to red. Nah, that's not right. That's not right. But what is it saying though? It's not what we're looking for, but I'm trying to figure out what the data is saying. Okay, I don't know. It looks off. If value 1 is that's because we put less than for 1, but greater than or equal to 0, then plot 1 value 1 equals blue, else plot 1 equals red. Okay. That's better, but I think what it's doing is it's because it's in the middle of the bar. It's changing across 0 in the middle of the bar. It's I think we have to do something like interbar persist, but I don't know if that works because we're not in real time. So let's see. We want the calculation to continue to calculate throughout the bar, throughout the slope, instead of just at the end, just at the end of the bar, just at the end of the bar, just at the end of the bar. All right, so but I know we can't use value, so let's do variable. I'll put val1 enter bar persist val1 0, and then we're going to go yeah, we just need to do value 1. Okay, so I'll call that val1 and call this val1 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 verify. Colon here because we didn't add anything else. Okay. Yeah, still looks like a funky comadina. Like a funky comadina. Either way, this value is below 0. Value 1 is greater than 0, then value 1 equals blue, else have to do don't plot lines, then it'll probably leave me with some gaps. But I think update value tick by tick. Yep, I want to do that. Let's see what that looks like. Nah, that didn't do what I wanted to do. Okay. All right. So the last thing I'm gonna do here is just make it so that that criteria has got to be this linear regression of the slope. That slope over four bars, it's got to be less than 0. And it should get rid of that yellow bar back there. No, that's not the one. So condition 4 was false. Four equals what is that? The regression is less than 0. Boom. All right. What? Oh yeah. Boom. Boom. What? Still came up. All right. So regression midbar less than 0. Oh, that's because we didn't add it in down here. Now you see, I'm starting to make simple mistakes. That means your boy is wearing down. Man, I can't believe I've been on there for 2 hours. Jeez, like I said, man, I do this stuff for hours, and I just don't even realize it. That's why this is my flow. This is my thing. This is my jam, right? All right. Nevertheless, that didn't work. Condition 4, linear regression midbar 4. It's got to be less than 0. No. Yes. I want it to be less than 0. I don't want it to be greater than 0. Correct. All right, so this is the one I want. There was another one that came in. Ooh, look at that little bad boy. He snuck in there. But we'll leave him. He's cute. All right. Let's see here. Yep, got that one. Got that one, which is, like I said, not the best, but I'm not willing to get rid of them. And that yellow really stands out. I don't think there were any in there that we were after. I feel like we lost some in there, though, with that last change. I feel like we also lost some there. We lost that one that wasn't great, but we lost that one also. Yeah, so we lost this one, which we didn't want. We didn't have any in there anyway. So volatile. Didn't have any in there anyway. Yeah, we wanted to get rid of that one, which we did. Okay. Alright, we got that one, and we got that one. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to reinstitute condition 4, because I like it. Okay, and then that's it. So now let's put it on OPGN. See what it did there. Boom, boom, yep, I like those. Okay, not a lot going on in there. I think before it did find one right in here, but you didn't now. That's because it's already trending up. So this particular paint bar is looking for that dip down, right? So if it's already trending up, then I think it's already moving too aggressive for it to identify. But we did get that little bit of green there, right? That green on here. We got a green there, but this thing is about done at that point. So I don't know. I think I made 2 interesting scripts today. That color changing non-EMA that has the green color change when we're getting to a level of potential entry, and it did it right there again, didn't it? Didn't that get green? That green there, but right in here. That green right in there. So we made that one, and then we made the color changing candle. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that for today. Anybody have any questions? Anybody scream. Be sure to like, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'm gonna try to figure out how I can get this this slope to work intra script. So essentially, we want we're gonna plot a 0 line. I'm gonna plot a 0 line for this script. I'm gonna come back and work on this later on today. Plot 2 equals 0. I don't think I have to do anything else. Yeah, so that 0 line there, I want, anytime the candle goes above it, I want it to be blue. As soon as it goes above it, but you see here, it's on a candle, and here's the next candle. I think here it hadn't crossed it yet, so it stayed red. Here is below it, so it was red. And here it started being above it, so it's blue. So I got to figure out how to work intrabar persist to make that work intra-tick to recolor just as soon as it makes it over it. And maybe it can't, because that's not something that works on a tick. That calculation doesn't really happen on a, I mean, it does happen on a tick. It can happen on a tick basis, but yeah, it can, it should. So, but maybe intrabar persist only works live time. I'm gonna have to look that up. Intrabar persist, if it works only during live data. I think so, and that's why you can't use it for strategies or something like that. Looking back, let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really tell you much else about the behavior of it. So, anyway, guys, I'm Eric. I'm out. Peace.